Ooh, there's nothing like a good, nice, crisp Coke Zero. Hi, Libras. It's me, B. Welcome, welcome. Especially for anyone who has not been here before. If you're in case if you're new here, if you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. I wanted to do some individual messages, so I'm just kind of working my way on down. So this is gonna be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Like, share, subscribe. Trying to grow our family over here. Check that down below in the description box. Why did I say description box like that? I don't know. Drop down below in the description box for if you want to find me on other platforms. I'm open for personal readings, so you can find my website there and you can find the discount code. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. The reading so far has been quite interesting. So let's just kind of jump in. What do we have for Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? Okay, the color purple fell out first. Nirvana just fell out. Which is funny. I did a reading yesterday who for one of the signs, individual reading, and Kurt Cobain came out, and there was a big message of like Kurt Cobain, and I actually got on the internet today this morning and saw that they had recently ruled his suicide now as a homicide. So interesting. I wonder how that's gonna play out with Pisces. What Mercury retrograde and Pisces happening really really soon. But anyway, Color Purple, Nirvana, Poetic Justice, Rihanna. Give me one more. Hmm. And Think Twice by Erica Badu is playing. Libras, are y'all experiencing like a period of sadness? Are you like kind of going through something or something? You guys have the Color Purple card, like I said, but then paired next to the Poetic Justice card, both of these movies were like relatively sad. Of course, The Color Purple was much more sad than Poetic Justice, in my opinion. But like they're both sad, right? I don't want to call all of the phrases and words on these cards, but I'll jump around to what I see, okay? Poetic Justice, grew up too fast, trauma, hurt and pain, toxic friends, okay? Opposites attract. Color Purple, it says sadness, dear God, parents, sisters, misters, blood, sweat, tears, abusive, and self taught. Okay. Are you feeling a period of like loneliness? The Ends by Travis Scott is playing. Is there like a period of ending or something or sadness or something that's coming up? Right in between Poetic Justice and Color Purple, you have Nirvana. Okay. Which again, we just talked about Kurt Cobain, but even in these cards, right, it says lonely, all apologies, drugs, come as you are, pressure, and never mind. Okay. Pressure is meant to make diamonds. It can also bust pipes. So essentially it's making me feel like the period of whatever you're going through, it feels like a hardship, it feels like sadness, like it feels like there's an undertone in your spread here of like sadness, or like just a dark period, or like just an unfavorable period. It could be induced by pressure, okay, and the pressures of just like who you are, who you're becoming. Okay, you could be feeling lonely right now. Okay, especially with everything going on. Again, trauma, grew up too fast, blood, sweat, tears, self taught. You know what I'm saying? They kind of go all hand in hand. This could be something you're feeling right now. This could be maybe something from childhood that's kind of coming in. You know what I'm saying? To kind of maybe rear its ugly head. Right now, though, I do feel like this is a really good time to like honestly, and this feels very Libra, right? But this is a good time to really invest in certain things that make you feel good with the Rihanna card. Okay, you already know this bitch got like 50 different businesses. She like one of the richest musicians that we could have, right? But this makes me feel like, how are you investing in yourself? How are you investing in almost what feels like intuitively your overall quality of life? What's making you sad? How can you work through it? How can you fix it? Is there something that you could do to fix it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is there something that you could maybe teach yourself? Again, self-taught books and letters is here. So maybe you're kind of going through something that you can kind of teach yourself or educate yourself on how to get out of. Especially because when you grow up too fast, you don't really know those things. You know what I'm saying? You kind of miss those little trinkets and details and things that you get as if you kind of grew up slower. Lonely also makes me feel like, again, you could be feeling like you don't have anyone to run to, you don't have anyone to talk to, you don't have anyone to phone. So again, it's like, damn, I always got to teach myself. I always got to figure it out for myself. I always got to fend for myself. And it's like, you really don't have to. You really don't have to. This made me feel like there are some people around you that care. So even if you hear that, you know what I'm saying? Again, I know it's easier said than done because being lonely is really my mindset thing. You could be in a room full of 1,000 people and still feel like I'm in here alone. I'm by myself. No one really understands me. No one really cares about me. No one really fucks with me for real. Like I'm here all by myself. I'm all out on this island. I'm all out on this ocean. And again, this feels like something that came up and that was taught. This feels like something that's more like inner child kind of thing, like always having to fend for yourself, always having to figure it out for yourself, always having to be the one to console yourself, always having to be the one to show up for yourself and to teach yourself and to advocate for yourself. But it's like, again, you're not in that space anymore. You're not in that space anymore. Some of you could be going through like friendship trauma also. For some of you where it's like friendship trauma, where this is more friend based, you could be about to, or you are about to kind of be coming up on it. Janet Jackson is looking at Rihanna, right? If you are kind of going through certain friendship issues and like certain abuse or like just issues and feeling overall sadness over like friends, friendship, a lack of family, maybe even, or just a lack of support, again, always feeling like you have to do stuff by yourself. Like I said, pressure makes diamonds shine bright like a diamond. Ain't that what my girl said? Diamonds real big right here on her chest. All right. So this makes me feel like, again, for some of you, you're kind of going through this period too because it's meant to mold you and shape you. Unfortunately, sadly, it has to be like this. I hate that sometimes life happens and unfolds to where, you have to get the pressure turned up on you to kind of really mold you to be the person that you're trying to be. But this makes me feel like, regardless of what's ever going on, especially though for those of you dealing with friendship trauma, you're the one who is meant to kind of go far. Again, as you can see, how many of them in this card right here? Okay, and it still says showdown, disruption, rivals, corrupt, gamble, lawless, change location, and hell's coming with me. So again, this feels like, for those of you who could have been going through friendship trauma, it kind of had to happen like that so you could kind of be the standout. You kind of had to break out away from everybody else. It was meant for you to grow. It was meant for you to kind of be the star. Really, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be honest about it. So it's like, again, for some of you where that applies, it's like you could cry about it, you could be sad about it, you can go all grunge your chick and grunge dude and paint your nails black and you know what I'm saying, and all of the dope shit and do drugs and act like I hate my life and everything's so dark and bleak. But it's like, at the end of the day though, at what point are you going to like get up out of that? At what point are you going to do something about that? At what point are you going to like shake back actually? Your sadness can't be your lore, is what I just heard. Your sadness can't be your lore. Your abuse can't be your lore. The fact that you've been through things, the fact that you've had some hurts and some heartaches, blood, sweat, tears, and all of that, it can't be your lore. This can't be your lore. It can't be. Yes, it's something that's happened to you in the past, Libra, and yes, it's really sad. It could, maybe some things even could be happening right now in the present moment, and yeah, it's really sad. But at the end of the day, you gonna let that keep you down, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? You gonna let that disrupt you and corrupt you to be a different type of person? Or are you gonna allow that to say, you know what, I've been through some things and that really sucked, that really hurt, but at the end of the day, that's not a representation of who I am. That doesn't make me, break me, that doesn't mold me. I'm totally whole, all on my own. I'm a great person, you know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't be treated like that. I shouldn't be treated to a certain type of, way and a standard. And even though it sucks that family turned on me or friends turned on me, or maybe I had an abusive upbringing and my parents maybe weren't there, or whatever had happened to you, it's like at the end of the day, you're meant to be more than that. I think you're meant to be more than that. I think Rihanna also had a turbulent story. It wasn't like her daddy jumping on her mama or something, and you know what I'm saying. She had to end up leaving Barbados to come here to like audition for Jay-Z and then actually get signed. So it's like, again, life is rough. Life can be rough. Life can be tumultuous. But again, you go through what you go through for a reason. And I hate to sound like I'm one of them people where it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like as if that's insensitive. But again, there really is beauty in pain. There really is, beauty in that pressure that makes you a diamond. Like there really is growth and evolution in that. You know what I'm saying? Through test comes testimony. You know what I'm saying? And you never really know what it's meant for. So it's kind of giving me that type of vibe where it's like Libra, whatever you're going through right now, now is not the time to like get all grunge and dark hearted about it. You know what I'm saying? Now is a good time to really invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Kiss your own wounds, love on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to yourself. Praise yourself and applaud yourself for all of the investments and how far you've come up until this point. It just feels like some of you could maybe still be thinking a lot about like what had happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Friends that was still faulty, relationships that didn't work, family members that was fake, co-workers, friends that was fake, and it's like you're not meant to harp on that though. You know what I'm saying? Don't abuse yourself by still harping on the same shit that had happened in the past. Like, yeah, it sucks, it does, you know what I'm saying, but it's like, don't, like, all apologies is making me feel like don't feel sorry for yourself, you know what I'm saying, because you've been through some stuff. Yes, you've been through what you've been through. That don't justify nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not to be brushed off and to act like, oh, suck it up. But how long are we gonna wallow? How long are we gonna be sad? How long are we gonna cry? How long are we gonna keep goddamn peeling the scab off the wound and then watching it bleed and go, oh, I'm bleeding again? Or are you gonna kiss that motherfucker and say, you know what, let me find another band-aid. Let me kiss that motherfucker, put some salvin on it. You know what I'm saying? So I can make sure I get back to health. Because again, the pressure make a diamond. The pressure make a diamond. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have had some rivals. Yeah, you might have had some corrupt people. Some people who, you know what I'm saying, really, really weren't fucking with you like that. Some people who left you high and dry. You had to go figure it out for yourself. You had to go learn and get into that textbook and do some Google research and teach yourself what you know. Probably had to raise yourself up until this point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of sadness. But it's like, look forward to what you have. Now, I said, Janet Jackson looking at Rihanna. She not looking back at Kurt Cobain with his motherfucking finger up his nose and shit. Hold on, let me see. She not looking at Kurt Cobain with his motherfucking finger up his nose and shit, like he ready to do some goddamn coke. She looking over here at Rihanna, who looking all beautiful and regal. She got these nice ass earrings in and shit. With investor, you the one, bitch. Better have my money. Fashion, luxury, model. Come on now, that's what you need to be looking forward toward. Not looking back at the abuse and the trauma and the substances and the pressure and all of that. That's in the past. That's in the past. That's in the past. Because once you start thinking about all of that shit from the past, it's gonna make you it's gonna make you want to feel like, okay, actually, never mind. Maybe I don't want the life. Maybe I'm not meant for it. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna sit here and wallow. Nah, you gotta snatch yourself up out of that. You gotta snatch yourself up out of that. Yeah, the hermit card reverse. So yeah, get yourself up out of that. If you've been feeling sad lately, okay, down and out lately, now is the time to get out of the house. The two of swords is here. Now is not the time to be isolating yourself and pushing people away. The ten of swords is here reversed, okay, and the queen of pentacles is here reversed also. So again, investing in yourself. Yeah, you might have had to teach yourself everything that you know, but wouldn't it, you know what I'm saying? Look at it this way. It'll be a little bit sweeter once you actually make it. Then you can give everybody your ass to kiss. Nah, because when I needed y'all and when I needed to learn this, when I had to figure it out all by my own, nobody came to my rescue. So now everybody just got to figure it out. The only card you have up right here is the Two of Swords. So that made me feel like making sure that you're paying attention to, again, to your intrusive thoughts, the way that you're thinking, and the thoughts that you just choose to engage with. Okay, this also could be about certain decisions and choices that you have to make. just in how you operating in your life. Are you gonna choose to keep looking at the blood, sweat, tears, color purple? That was that color purple was sad. She had her kids took from her. She was R worded with the ape added to the end of the R. You know what I'm saying? She was abused. She was told she was ugly, and you know what I'm saying. She couldn't have no nice things. They wouldn't even so much as let her have her hair done till Suge Avery came and gave her a little bit of something. Gave her a little bit of hope, gave her a little bit of confidence. But she was broken. She was beat her. She was beaten. She was down bad. She didn't even have. She didn't even see her children until the end of the goddamn movie. To you do right by me, everything you, you know what I'm saying. We know we if you seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It was that dear God. You know what I'm saying. All them letters she used to write, just for her to be in the trying to goddamn shave a man who be knocking her goddamn head in and then you molesting her too. He wasn't no better than the slave owners. And he was a black man. Come on now, if you done seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? But it's like, are you gonna keep choosing to live in that reality, or you gonna break free out of that? You gonna keep looking at how you had to grow up fast and all of the trauma and all of the friends and all of the people that have been you didn't hurt you and then caused you pain and all of the things and all of the abuse and all of the tears you had to cry and all of the blood you had to shed, and or are you gonna look towards something else to say, you know what, I have a great promising future in front of me. Yeah, it might not look like what I would want it to look like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things might be a little topsy-turvy right now, but at the end of the day, I know where I'm going. I know who I am, and I have great things promised to me for my future. This is will be something that can help you release the mindset and the mentality of, kind of always looking behind you. Give me this 10 of swords reverse. Death card reverse. Yeah. So there's something like a mindset you're not really ending, Libra, right now at this time. And it would benefit you to like shed that. Again, it could be maybe just a conscious effort on needing to let go of mentally always thinking. Now I say, because thinking about it ain't going, and harping on it ain't gonna do nothing but open the wound all up again. You have a great day until you start have some quiet time and you start thinking about all the shit that you've been through. Boy, that shit ruin your day, don't it? You would have had a great day, a great trajectory. Life was amazing. You've been laughing. And then as soon as you start thinking about some shit that a motherfucker did to you in '03, you be ready to goddamn just say fuck life. Like, nah, we not finna do that. We not finna do that. We not finna do that. You start thinking about how your friends slighted you and how that bitch did that one thing and now you back at square one. No, we not doing it. We not doing it. We not doing it. We're not doing it. It robs you of your value, robs you of your essence, it makes you a shell of yourself, and it keeps it reiterating cycles and mentalities and mindsets and ways of thinking and ways of being that literally actually need to be released. Dawg said you're not in that no more. Imagine Miss Seeley from The Color Purple getting into a Rihanna type of space. She probably wouldn't even know how to handle all of that fame and all of that attention and all of that money. You know what I'm saying? Because you still under abuse mentality. You know what I'm saying? You still thinking people finna get over on you. She probably be very naive and easily gullible and easy to take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Because she probably never had to really think for herself. She'd have to get out of that mentality to really get into a different mentality to understand her own confidence, her own power, who she is, the level of control that she has. So it's like, remember that. Remember that. Now ain't the time to feel sorry for yourself. Now ain't the time to convince yourself of how lonely life has been, because I just always been through so much in my life. And people have just always abandoned me and left me out high to dry. And it's like, yeah, I get that. I get that. But what are we doing now with that? What can we do now with that? Oh, but my friends and I can't believe they right. But what are we doing right now with that? Can that help you in the long run? Can that change some energy? Can that mend your broken heart? Like, no, it can't. No, it won't. Like, there's really nothing you can do about it. So it's like making sure that you make a conscious effort to like think about that. You have rivals here twice. Bottom of the deck card, you have Gone with the Wind. Okay, as you can see, rivals here. But there's also rivals here. So again, this feels like again old hurts, old traumas. Maybe you just got slighted again. The Pisces Mercury retrograde should be is spinning around. I'm sure a lot of things will be being exposed. So if you're not familiar with this energy right now, it might be something that's coming up where it might get exposed that somebody that you love is really a rival. Whether it be a parent, a sibling, or a friend that felt like a sibling. Okay, so but you have some rivals. You have rivals here twice. Okay, so be mindful of that. You already got enough people who want your downfall. This ain't the time to be trying to kick yourself while you already down. Encourage yourself to get the fuck up and stand the fuck up. Hold your chin up. Remember who the fuck you is and keep going. Again, Queen of Pentacles here is reversed. So this is your value. This is your strength. This is your security, your safety, your worth. Who you know that you is. What you know you bring to the table. Bitch, I am the Queen of Pentacles. I am stable. My money is good. I got my head on straight. Great hustler. Okay, this ain't the time to be trying to doubt yourself. Give me one or two cards on why there's rival listed here twice. Yeah, Knight of Swords reverse. Give me another one because somebody ain't speaking up. You again, like I said, you got somebody around you that doesn't really fuck with you like that. Libra. There's somebody around you that don't really fuck with you like that. They will be exposed though. Like I said, Seven of Swords is reversed. So be mindful of that. For some of you, this is old energy. For some of you, this is new energy. You're about to start realizing it's about to come real clear as day that somebody don't really fuck with you the way that they acting like they fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who probably isn't completely honest, completely straightforward in what they have to say. Somebody who isn't always very upright and upfront about their intentions. And that's because they don't have good intentions. You know what I'm saying? You ever know them people who want to be your friend? You don't really know why they want to be your friend. Y'all don't really ever have shit in common, but they just act like, oh, we should. I told you we should hang out. Probably because they don't have good intentions. Probably because they don't have good intentions. And if there's a friend that's acting funny and they're not really communicating, the Knight of Swords will indicate a very inconsistent communicative energy, a very avoidant communicative energy, and that could also be because again, this is someone who probably don't have no love for you. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to play it off shit and hope that you don't find out. Eight of Wands is here, so I do feel like this definitely might be something that comes up really, really soon. Is this something that's going to happen soon, or something that has already happened for my collective of Libras? And we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Is this something that's already happened? It's something that's about to happen. Queen of Wands is here. The Three of Pentacles is reversed. These are the two cards that I'm taking. So again, definitely expect and anticipate for you to realize that somebody isn't really a team player with you the way they trying to act like they are. They're really rivals. You know what I'm saying? That was say be wary of that. Some people want to keep you close, not because they really fuck with you and care about you, but because they want to kind of get this off. It's like SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? It's like if Plankton was to ever try to come around SpongeBob and try to be his friend, and it's like you not my trying to be my friend because you just fuck with me. You trying to get this formula, but you thinking if you eat cheese and you come around and you play cool, that everything will be everything, and that we don't ever have to worry about it because everything is just everything. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, me and SpongeBob are hella cool. Like we just be kicking it and hanging out, and I be going to his place, and he be kicking it, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying. He come over to the chum bucket sometimes, but it's not because they really fuck with you. It's because they want what you got. They want your sauce. They want your formula. They want to know what you do at night. They want to know what your beauty skin regimen routine is. They want to know what your love self love rituals is and shit. They trying to get the tea. They trying to get the know how. Be very careful of that because you'll very much see very soon that there is someone who is a rival for you. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles fell out too, but I wasn't gonna take it. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles energy. I will keep my cards very, very close to the chest. I will keep my cards very, very close to the chest. Devil card down at the bottom of the deck. So this is someone who feels like they have an attachment to you or wants to have an attachment. But the devil card typically is someone who already has an attachment, feels attached, and especially in an upright position, the devil card, they don't want to detach. When it's reversed, it's like, okay, they've detached, they freed themselves. This is someone who is attached to you. This is someone who might even be a little obsessed, okay, or they might just feel attached to you in the sense of wanting to be your friend. But again, this feels like not because they genuinely want to be your friend, they genuinely trying to see how you operate, Whereas it's interesting, right, though, Libra, because you didn't have to get it out the mud. You didn't have to figure it out by yourself. Blood, sweat, tears, abuse, kicking yourself while you down. Motherfuckers trying to use you. Motherfuckers trying to get up, take advantage of you. Motherfuckers trying to make you feel lonely, make you feel sorry for yourself, pressure you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't became a diamond through this pressure. Now somebody want to come around you and see what made you a diamond, bitch. The motherfucking pressure did, bitch. They want to come around and see how you got so many testimonies, because I done been through and passed all my tests, bitch. That's how. But you, Libra, don't be so wrapped up on the test. That's the thing. Don't be so wrapped up on the test that you forget that you got testimony. You could be real fucked up about the test. Yeah, but see, I went through this. Yeah. But what was the testimony? You so fucked up about the pressure that you can't even embrace the fact that you a diamond because you still fucked up about the pressure. But see, it's the pressure that made you a diamond. Can you learn how to appreciate the pressure that made you a diamond? Or are you gonna not embrace and be able to like really appreciate being a diamond because you still mad about how you had to go through? You know, diamonds don't get fucked up about the pressure they had to go under to become diamonds. They just become diamonds. Unless you're a pipe. You know, hey, people embrace the testimony. They don't really get too fucked up about the test because they know that if it wasn't for the test, they wouldn't have testimony. So can you embrace and appreciate the testimony, or are you still fucked up about your test? You're gonna still be sad about the hurt. You're gonna be still sad about what happened. You're gonna still be sad about what they did. You're gonna still be sad about what they said. You're gonna be still sad about how they treated you. You're gonna be still sad about how they cut you off. You're gonna be still sad about how they didn't answer their phone for you, how they treated you, how they did you, what they said, how they didn't show up, what they told you you couldn't do, even though you felt like with all your little bitty heart that you could do it. You gonna still be upset about that, or you gonna be happy that it made you who you is today? Because without all of that shit, you wouldn't have been who you was today. Without all of that shit, Miss Seeley would have never been able to see her kids and endure through all of that. Meet Suge, Avery, get her confidence back. Okay, without everything she went through, Rihanna would have never probably became who she was, to actually even take the risk on how she did to even become the bitch that she is today. Which one do you prefer to embrace? Your tests or your testimony? Questions that need answers. Be very weary of these rivals though. Again, well, I won't say a lot. It feel like one particular person around you that is more of a rival than a friend, more like a frenemy. Okay, they're not really your sister, your sibling, your friend. Your confidant. This is somebody who is in secret competition with you and want to kind of rival with you toward whatever it is you're working toward. Okay. Thank you again so much. If you've gotten this far, like, share, subscribe. Okay, leave me some comments if this resonated. Really appreciate it. Yeah, my name is B, just in case you forgot from the beginning of this. And I'm a busy woman, so I got to go. Okay, I got other stuff I got to be doing with my time. Okay. So until next time, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.